One of the two. Kyoko, good morning. I see. Still ignoring me. Is she really that mad at me? But actually, it's not just Kyoko. Ever since Monokuma summoned us last night, the atmosphere around here has gotten really heavy. I can almost feel it looming over us, weighing us down. Well, if nothing else, I need to patch things up with Kyoko as soon as possible. And Sakura's not here. Makoto, are you okay? Huh? What do you mean? You were late, so we were worried about you. What a dullard. Toko, Byakuya, what are you doing here?
What the heck?
They're taking refuge here. Refuge?
Such
Don't make that stupid face. We have to protect ourselves against the Mastermind's tool. The Masterminds? Are you talking about Sakura? That's when I finally noticed the only one that wasn't in the dining hall was Sakura. Huh? Where is Sakura?
Stop talking.
All I know is if she were here, I wouldn't be. The only reason I went out of my way to join the rest of you was as a safeguard against that threat. Threat?
What is this?
Why do you hate her so
Naturally.
much? Isn't it obvious? Because this makes things unfair. Unfair. The game should be fair to all players. The existence of a spy for the Mastermind upsets that balance.
What the heck?
That's a stupid reason.
What did you say?
This is a life or death game, is it not?
That's terrible.
It is stupid. You're a stupid idiot.
Hey.
Before you get too far into your argument, maybe you should stop and think things through. Why did the Mastermind reveal that Sakura was the spy to us?
What the heck?
They were getting revenge on her, right? Like Monokuma said, an eye for an eye.
However...
That may be a part of it, but it's not the whole picture. Revealing that fact was also meant to serve as the next motive the Mastermind wanted to give us. See, that's what I was saying. That's his motive. The chaos and confusion born from suspicion, the hatred.
In other
words, this right here, the fighting, the bickering, is the trap the Mastermind laid for us. Knowing that, will you still stand there and argue like children?
But...
That's not what I'm trying to do. It's just, I mean, how can I get you guys to believe in Sakura again? If she really can beat the Mastermind, like she said, that'd go a long way in my mind.
What are you saying?
You really ask her to do something so dangerous? What if something terrible happens to her? It wouldn't matter.
Huh?
What? If Sakura were to die, that's one less person for the Mastermind to control. I have no problem with that. Hold on, Byakuya. In fact, if she did die, that would settle this entire issue, wouldn't it? It would put the whole problem to rest. Yeah.
What the hell?
What the hell?
You disgust me. You're a monster. To say something like that, it should have been you. You should have been the one to die.
What?
I should have died? Interesting.
Interesting.
Then are you planning to take care of that yourself? Go ahead, try it if you dare. That's how it works here, after all.
What is this?
You think I can't do it? Hina, calm down.
That's right.
This is exactly what the Mastermind wants, and it's exactly what Sakura doesn't want. What's wrong? Lost your nerve? I'm leaving. I'll be in my room. Trembling with anger, Hina ran off. That stupid cow! How dare she? She should die 1,000 deaths, no, 1,000,000. So she was just another hysterical little girl, hardly worth my attention.
Just a second.
It's what other people call having feelings, Byakuya, and all you can do is mock them for it. What's wrong with that?
Hey.
A friendly word of warning. Someday that attitude is going to come back and bite you hard.
I don't have time
And
to play
I will
with you.
happily elude its attempts. So, you know, how about we, eat? Or maybe now's not a good time.
You know?
Without a word, each of us left the dining hall. We headed back to our rooms, one by one. Whew. So, what should I do today? Oh, Aoi's in here. What the fuck? Alright, I thought she said she was going to be in her room. Makoto, did you want something? Should I talk to Hina for a bit? Yeah.
About that.
Were you worried about me?
Sorry.
That's nice of you. Well, you are waifu number 2, after all. Hina was quiet and depressed, but I did what I could for her. Hina and I grew a little closer today. Would you like to give Hina a present? Yes, definitely. What would you like to give her? I don't know yet. I don't know what I have. Ooh, I could give her an overflowing lunchbox. That seems like something she would love. Blueberry perfume. What else do we got in here? Corneco's pants. Oh, that's probably for Celeste. Yeah, that would make sense. Goth Lolita. Yeah. And then the fresh bindings is probably for Sakura, because she's a fighter. Yeah, okay. Quality chinchilla cover, curly and camera, unending dandelion. What else we got? Berserker armor. Oh, maybe that's for, maybe that's for... Maybe Hifumi? I don't know. Pretty hungry caterpillar? Millennium Prize Puzzle Project Zombie. Oh, it's a vice. That's what it was. Oh, I can see it now. Okay, that makes sense. Pumice. So who's a samurai? Because we have the samurai sword and... Oh, maybe it's for Sakura. I don't know. If facts? That's a weird thing. Okay. Alright, I think I'm gonna give her the overflowing lunchbox. That's gonna be the gift I give her. She seems like somebody that would enjoy a big box of food. Yeah, let's give it to her. For me? Thanks, Makoto. This makes me feel a little better. Yeah, was I able to cheer her up a little? Well, I mean, she did say this makes me feel a little better, but I don't know if she really enjoyed it. I didn't get any special points, so I don't think it was for her. I have plenty of time. I don't feel like sitting here. Where should I go? Let's see if we can find Sakura. Oh, they're both here. Okay, Sakura's here.
I'm sorry.
I appreciate the thought, but I'd like to be alone right now. I need time to myself. I need to think. Although that's one skill I haven't developed too much. Okay, well, I guess it's me and you, Hina. Listen, I'm really sorry, but I kind of want to be alone right now. I've got a lot to think about. Alright, I guess we're not chit-chatting to either of you two. Actually, I'm pretty sure Sakura's gonna die. I doubt she's gonna murder anybody. Oh, hello. Waifu number 1. Go away. She won't even look at me. I guess she doesn't even want to see my face. Well, fuck me, am I right? God damn it. Is there anybody even... Oh, Toko. Don't tell me you're gonna kick me away, too. When are we ever gonna get out of here? Not that I'd have much to look forward to if I did get out. Should I hang out with Toko? Sure.
What's your problem?
What, more pity? Aren't you such a good person showing me all this pity? Oh god. I spent some time with Toko. Toko and I grew a little closer today. Would you like to give Toko a present? Sure. What do I have that somebody like her would want? Let's just take a shot in the dark here and give her the, Kokeshi Dynamo. Yeah, let's do it. Are you saying I'm on the same level as this garbage? Stop mocking me. I think I made her mad. She probably thinks worse of me now. You know, I'm kind of okay with that. She's just standing there. Does she want something? But she's not saying anything. Maybe I should try to start a conversation. Toko? What, you want to talk to me? Well, I can't stop you, so talk already. Okay, sure, but what should I say? So, what do you like to do in your spare time? Why do you want to know? Well, I mean, you know, we're trapped here together, right? If we're gonna be friends, it'd be nice to get to know each other. Huh? What did you just say? After that part about being trapped, we're gonna be what? Friends. What do you mean, friends? You think I'm stupid? You're trying to trick me. I've already been hurt once before. I'm not gonna let it happen again. You've been hurt before? What happened?
Anyway...
Come on, you don't really care about me. You don't want to know about me, even I know that. No, that's not true. Fine, then tell me. Tell you what. You know why they call me the ultimate writing prodigy, right? Yeah, sure, you've won all kinds of literature prizes and stuff. Then tell me what I'm good at. Tell me what my genre specialty is. If you really want to convince me you give a crap, you should at least know that. The genre the ultimate writing prodigy specializes in. It's romance. It's romance, of course. Oh, you actually knew? Your biggest success was So Lingers the Ocean, right? Everyone says it's your masterpiece. The book was such a hit that a fisherman shot to the top of the hottest men polls, right? How did you know all that? There's no way you care about me. I'm telling you I do. I mean, we're friends, aren't we? I'm blind. Your straightforward nature blinded me. Yeah. Toko ran off screaming like a banshee. I'm not really sure. Does she hate me now? Toko's report cards. I got a vocabulary skill. Nice. Dope. Once we were all done, I headed back to my room for a little while. Okay. It should be nighttime now, right? That's the second round. There it is. Alright, before this starts, I'm gonna go take a tinkle reel.
As such, soon the doors to the... Okay then. Sweet.
When he says something different, I'll pause it, but it's nighttime. Tonight feels somehow uneasy. We still haven't settled things with Sakura. Everyone's in a terrible mood. I just hope nothing happens tonight.
After I declined the offer to become a shrimp, the tech support lady just refused to drop the issue. Once the shrimp idea was done, she came back suggested I should become a crab instead. How much can one person love crustaceans? I said no, of course, and she shot back. Okay, then how about to make you extra special, you can be a crab that walks sideways and backwards. But how's that any better? I don't want to go sideways or backwards, I want to go forward. I heard her annoyed sigh on the other end of the line, and she said, "You just don't see the splendor of crabs. Haven't you ever heard of the tale of the crab and the monkey?" Of course I've heard of it. I know all about it, but so what? The crab meets the monkey, but it's just some legend hardly relevant to our greed-obsessed modern society. Sure, monkeys still show up in the movies and stuff from time to time, but not crabs. Monkey-themed clothes are sweeping the fashion world, but the crab doesn't stand a chance, right? What I'm saying is, crabs have no place in today's light-speed world, do your marketing research, lady? Which is why I chose always popular berry bench.
And that's the secret origin story of Monokuma.
Hey, Kotoko! Oh, what a good time to join. Who died this time? I actually don't know yet, but my suspicions is it's going to be Sakura, because they just revealed that she is the traitor. So, this is, I think, the second night of us knowing that she's the traitor, so odds are she's going to die the third, either the third night or tonight.
Get ready to...
Hard to say, but my guess is it's going to be either Sakura, or somebody's going to frame Sakura, or... I don't know, something Sakura related, because they just basically made it so that we're like, hey, yeah, she's... What? Huh? Was that someone screaming? I think it came from the dining hall. Oh, Makoto, we got a big problem, man. What's wrong? Look. Hiro's finger shook as he pointed.
Hina! Are you okay? What happened?
She killed her. Genocide Jill killed Hina!
No, she definitely did not.
You gotta be kidding!
No. She's not dead. Open your eyes. No way she's dead. What? What happened? Well, Toko and Hina just all of a sudden they were yelling and then they knocked the pepper off the table and that led to a sneeze. Her giant balloons are a little too perfect, aren't they? I might be flat, but at least mine are real. Oh, Jesus. I look at my shapely collarbone. Doesn't it just totally set you on fire? Anyway, you totally non-adorable boys, just get her out of my sight, okay? Or else. I'll start cutting and indulge myself for who knows how long. Okay then, let's get Hina to the nurse's office. Come on, Hiro, help me. Sure thing. I don't know how to pronounce that. Alright, you have enough there, crazy lady. Genocide Jack's abrasive laugh chased us out of the room as we carried Hina away. Yeah, it's kind of funny to me. Toko is just not even waifu material at all. She's too yandere for me, and it's all because of sneezes. Allergy season must be the worst. By the time I finished taking care of Hina's injury in the nurse's office, she seemed to have finally regained her composure.
Sorry.
Thank you. Are you sure you're feeling better? Yeah, it was really just a scratch. But still, that was super close. If I hadn't yelled out, you'd be dead right now. It's all thanks to me, you know. Yes, well, 1,000 thanks to you, sir. So sarcastic. That just makes me sound even more hostile. Okay, weird. Hey, Hina, what the heck happened? Oh, we just got into a fight and I lost my temper and flew off the handle. Let me guess, the fight was because of Sakura? At first, I tried to just ignore it. If you let jerk buttholes get to you all the time, you'll never have time to live your life. But she wouldn't let it go, so I just... Without thinking about it, I felt like I wanted to punch her like a dozen times.
Serious?
A dozen punches isn't really without thinking. And when things got out of hand, Genocide Jack got let loose, right?
Sorry.
It's my own fault, but I just couldn't take it anymore because she was saying all these terrible things about my friend, you know? Before I knew it, Hina's eyes started welling up with tears, and just as the tears were on the brink of spilling over, the door to the nurse's office burst open. I thought the door was going to fly off its hinges. I feel like Sakura died. I don't remember who died in this chapter, actually. I still think it's going to be Sakura. It's the most obvious death, right? I don't know who's going to kill her, though, but it seems like it might be Byakuya or Toko, if I had to guess. And there she stood before us. Hina. Huh? Sakura? You're hurt. What happened?
Huh?
Oh, nothing. It's not a big deal. Hey! Makoto, Hiro, what's the meaning of this? It wasn't me. It was Genocide Jill. It's all that demented murderous fiend's fault. Oh god, she's gonna go Super Saiyan. To hurt Hina, damn you. To leave me alone but hurt her. What is this? What is this? I'm okay, really. It's just a scratch.
No forgiveness!
Unforgivable.
I can't forgive this!
Why couldn't they just make the dialogue fit slightly more to the actual thing? Like, they got the I can't forgive, and then instead of saying them, they said this? I don't know. Oh, Hiro, shut up. Hiro, if you want to hate someone, hate me. If you want to hurt someone, hurt me. I don't hate you, exactly.
I can't
Why?
forgive...
Somebody save me. Oh, I thought he was turning into a snake. Hiro nearly tripped over himself as he ran screaming out of the nurse's office. But just a second later, what's going on? What's all this noise about? Kyoko stood in the doorway of the nurse's office, taking Hiro's spot in the room. I gathered that something happened. Kyoko, please, you have to stop Sakura.
Wait.
You don't need to stop me. I'm okay. I'm not going to do anything. I'm drawing a line right here and now. Drawing a line. Goodbye. Wait, Sakura! Hina sprang into action, leaving the nurse's office to chase after Sakura. The only ones left were Waifu 1 and me. Hello, Waifu 1. Kyoko? Are you still mad? Yeah, I figured.
Fine.
It's fine. Huh? About that issue we discussed earlier, it doesn't matter anymore. Then do you forgive me for not being able to talk about it?
In other words...
You could have told me about Sakura and Monokuma fighting, but you stayed quiet. You were only thinking of Sakura, and that's why you didn't tell me, right? You didn't want to confuse everyone until you could talk to her and be sure of what you saw. That's what you were thinking, right? Or that's what you were thinking, and that's why you didn't tell me, right? Yeah. To think like that.
I wouldn't have expected such arrogance from you.
Really? This is when you decide to clue in? Alright, fine. What?
Because...
Ultimately, that means you don't trust me. No, that's not it. But if that's how you feel, I can't really change your mind. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It's fine. I've already forgotten about it. Besides,
and
I may have overreacted. Huh?
Anyway,
it's over and done with. Like I said, let's just forget about it. Okay, thank you. Wait, does this mean I get to, like, give a gift to my ultimate waifu? What is it you wanted to talk to me about?
Indeed.
Actually, I'd like you to come somewhere with me. I have business there. Where?
So...
Just come with me and you'll find out. I guess, but...
Shall we go?
Well then, shall we get going? With her typical indifference, Kyoko turned and walked away, setting a brisk pace. Ah, Kyoko, I hurried to catch up to her. Is this where she's just gonna kill me? Like Chapter 4, the game just ends with you getting your throat slit? She walked ahead in silence, and in silence I chased her, and eventually we arrived. Thrilling narration. Oh, is it to speak to the robot? To Chihiro AI, alter ego. The dressing room, so that's something else you mentioned.
Indeed.
That's right, it has to do with alter ego. But you said we didn't need alter ego anymore.
Wrong.
I didn't say we didn't need him, I just said he had done his job. Besides, it's not us that needs alter ego. He has business with us.
Right.
Alter ego asked me to bring others to come see him. Apparently he has something he wants to ask us. Alter ego wants to ask us something? Can I give a gift to the computer? Hello. Oh, so it's just the two of you, Kyoko and Makoto. Kyoko's fingers glided across the keyboard. Is 2 not enough? No, it's okay. 2 should be plenty. But what is it he wants to ask us? Let's find out, shall we? Kyoko typed in the question. What did you want to ask us? Oh, yeah, so I'd like you to take me somewhere where you can connect me to the school network.
What?
What? Kyoko and I quickly glanced at each other. She replied, why? Well, you said my job was done, right? But to just stop here, saying I've finished my work? I don't want that. I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here. That's what Master would want too. So, to help everyone else, to solve the mystery of the school, the only way I can help is if you connect me to the school's network. But if you did that, that's basically suicide. I'm positive the mastermind would find out about it. They'd find you, and they'd... You agree, right, Kyoko? I realize how dangerous it could be, but still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. I see he's implemented the courage function of the AI. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. I couldn't help but get lost in that voice. It was just too committed, too admirable, too fragile.
Hey.
You remember what you asked before, Makoto? You asked what the difference is between a person and a program, right? Yeah.
Certainly.
When I talk to Alter Ego, I don't know. I have no idea how to answer that question. I think maybe that's a question even the program's creator can't answer. But I can say this.
Correct.
There's no question that Alter Ego is our friend. Kyoko. To be honest, I didn't want Alter Ego to push himself anymore, because if we take any more risks, the mastermind really will notice. But...
Makoto.
Let's do it, Makoto. Let's connect Alter Ego to the network. But...
Hey.
He's our friend, so I want to take his feelings into consideration, and he says that he wants to fight alongside his friends.
Now...
If you were in his place, could you just sit by and do nothing in this situation? If you saw everyone else fighting and doing their best, could you just look the other way? Or would you stand up tall next to everyone else and tell them you were their friend? Hey, are you guys fighting? If it's about me, please don't. Is this what it feels like to be in a house where the parents didn't get the divorce? I want to believe in myself. I want to be able to say, I know I can do this. So please, let me try.
Listen.
And besides, there's one place where the mastermind might not notice. One place?
That's right.
Remember, there's another place besides here where there's no surveillance camera. A room without a surveillance camera. The secret room! Whoa! That's it! The secret room you told me about. But they found me in there. I definitely remember there was no surveillance camera in there. And I do believe you can connect to the network from there. I remember seeing an Ethernet port on the wall.
However,
just because there's no camera there doesn't mean there's no danger. There's no way to be sure the mastermind isn't monitoring the network somehow. We'll also have to move Alter Ego, and the mastermind may spot us going into the secret room. If they pick up on any of this, then it's all over. You're right.
that's what we have to do.
But despite all that, I still think we need to try.
Correct.
Because that's our best chance of finding any new clues. Kyoko, in that case, will you let me carry him? There's no way you could hide him with what you're wearing, right? So let me do it.
It's true.
Okay then, I'll leave it to you. Thank you.
So then...
Then let's get started. It's gonna be a little cramped for you, Alter Ego. Bear with us, okay? Wait, where are you sticking him? Between my butt cheeks? I think I could stick him under my shirt. He's a laptop. We started packing him up right away. I closed the laptop and stuffed it underneath my jacket. Okay, good. Ha ha ha, it tickles. Excuse me? Shh, you can't talk right now. We're gonna move you to another room until we get there, and you have to be absolutely silent, okay? What? Tickles. Understood. Your command has been implemented. Good. To have him react like a machine like that, all of a sudden, I didn't know how to react.
Makoto.
In the secret room, there are a bunch of different cables in one of the desk drawers, so there might be a network cable in there.
However...
Assuming the mastermind hasn't taken it already, well, all we can do is go and check for ourselves.
It's true.
Agreed. Let's head to the secret room. It wasn't on the 4th floor. Oh, what do you want? Was she bitten by the Tasmanian devil? What the fuck? My obsession! What are you doing? Living? I see. Anyway, I'm headed back to my room. I'll just be there living totally calm. Alright then. What the fuck was that? What the fuck? Alright.
Hey.
That was fucking ridiculous. Hey, Makoto.
Why?
Are you sure all the documents are gone? I refuse to believe you. Go and check again. What?
Listen to me.
Just hurry up and go. And to make sure you don't run off, I'm gonna wait right here. Oh, I get it. She's acting. So she was so forceful, I thought I'd made her mad again somehow.
Just a second.
Why are you just standing there? Hurry up and go. Okay, I'm going.
So then...
And be thorough. I'm counting on you. God, that was like the one time talking to Toko was fucking hilarious. Okay, first we have to find a network cable. She said it was in the drawer. According to Kyoko, there should be a bunch of cables in this drawer. Found it. This is a network cable right here, also known as an Ethernet cable, but alright, now we just have to connect Alter Ego. I immediately got to work. I pulled out the laptop and connected it to the Ethernet port with the cable. And that should do it.
That's right.
Yeah, I think it worked.
Leave it to
Just
me.
leave the rest to me. I swear I'll find something. I might even be able to connect to the outside world. If I can, I'll see see if I can call for help. So please, just wait a little while longer. Just hold tight and put your faith in me. As I was about to leave, I decided to leave him with one last thing. No matter what, we're gonna get out of here. You and all the rest of us, as friends. Friends? Even me? Thank you. Thank you, Makoto. Oh. Now there's a laptop
Makoto.
next to tissues. Mastermind's gonna go in there and beat it on Chihiro. How'd it go? Well, it went okay, but all the documents were gone, just like I told you. My reply was an unintentional mix of acting and real feelings.
Correct.
I see. Then there's nothing left for us here.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Before I knew it, Kyoko was walking away. She wasn't acting anymore. That much was for sure. Kyoko.
What?
Yes? So we're just gonna split up?
Why is that?
Of course. I have no reason to stay with you at this point. Well, maybe, but isn't that a little too direct? Should I hesitate and fumble for something to say? You're so high maintenance. That's not what I meant. I just had more I wanted to talk to you about. Like, what are you gonna do about Sakura?
It's true.
Well, something has to be done. It's true.
However,
But the way things are right now, there's no way to persuade anyone they don't have the mind to listen to. Or they don't have the mind to listen. Then what should we do? Then what should we... If we can find some new clue, that would likely change the situation. That's all we can hope for right now. Which is why Alter Ego.
Correct.
All we can do is wait and believe in our friend. You're right. That's our only option. We parted ways and I headed back to my room. So Sakura's gonna die. God damn it. I'm kind of tired, so I laid down in bed. Maybe it was because of the stress of moving Alter Ego, but I was way more tired than I realized. So before long at all, I had completely dozed off. Let me guess. Sakura. Ding dong! The sharp sound of the doorbell pierced my sleepy haze and pulled me back to the real world. Rattle.
Makoto.
Oh, Makoto. Get out here. Kyoko, what's going on?
Indeed.
Hina just came to see me and she was white as a ghost. Oh no. It sounds like something's happened. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. I suddenly found myself wide awake. She said for us to come to the rec room. The rec room? Okay, let's hurry. Makoto, Kyoko, you know what's wrong. Something's not right. In the rec room, what's inside? There was a window on the rec room door, and I hurried to look inside. And when I did... Oh, god damn it. Sakura. Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head.
Hey,
What's going on? Did something happen to her?
Huh?
I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window, but I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking, I tried calling her name, but she won't respond. So what should we do? What are we gonna do?
anyway,
Well, first of all, we need to get into that room. But the door's locked, right? And if we break in, we'll be violating school regulations.
listen to me.
We're going to force our way in. I just said
Wrong.
the door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room doesn't have a lock. Huh? Then why?
would seem-
It feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the rec room. Or inside the room. Is it the chair? Chair.
other
Either
words-
way, the door isn't locked, which means as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. Then there's no problem if we break in.
Indeed.
Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll go get something to break it with. Wait, right here. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? Is she okay? Is she okay? I mean, Sakura. It's Sakura, so I'm sure. Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence, but that silence didn't last long. Here. Huff, huff. I found a broom. Huff. In the classroom. Huff, huff. Use it.
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto? Come on, please. Hurry. Okay, you two, stand back. I took hold of the broom and swung it as hard as I could, aiming directly at the window. All it took was one solid hit. Crash. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. I stuck my hand through the now open window and started jostling the chair leaning against the door. The chair is pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed on it with all my strength, and finally the knob turned, and the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could. I still can't believe I foible some of these reading moments, but the moment I laid my hand on her... Yeah, she's dead. Oh, she's smiling, though. Huh. All I felt was cold death. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body, and then... Ding dong, ding dong! God damn it. Why would she be
A
smiling?
body has been discovered after a certain amount of time.
That would
which you may
be... Maybe she was in a really good fight, and they just like... Oh, maybe Monokuma did it. And like he's gonna frame one of us for it. It just seems like something shitty he would do. Huh? Sakura's
dead? She's really dead?
I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead, checking for a pulse or a reaction? I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room, and I... Why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I can say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there, motionless, behind her, while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed while I stood there, unable to do a thing. It just passed. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone. Whoa, ogre! Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed. I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say? Huh? No. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room.
It's your
It
fault!
was one of you, Hiro, Byakuya, Toko. One of you killed Sakura. What?
What?
You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation? I don't need to investigate anything, because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it. I know it. You know it? Oh, I knew it.
Oh, jeez. I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad.
What the heck?
What are you doing here?
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer. That's right, it's the Monokuma ball. And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina. You're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Now then, with that eye...
Hold on. There's something I want to ask you. Huh? It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura.
Say what?
Huh? Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again, and then...
In other words,
And I killed her. Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things off with me.
Phew.
Which, thank God for that, it saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that.
hey,
I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she has violated a school rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her. So I don't know who it was, but whoever the blanket is this time, I owe you one.
What is this?
Owe them one?
I'm saying, before you get all pissy-potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. Because, I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
What is this?
What the hell? He owes them one? I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind, after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway.
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Nina, I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
What?
Me. You're always a thorn in my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to say.
What?
Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene. What?
It's your
One of you
fault.
killed Sakura.
I won't
let
forgive
someone
you.
like that come anywhere near her.
Stop.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
It's all clear.
I won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep.
Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. And you, Hero, do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear.
Then it's decided. Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
Correct.
For those of us still alive and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
listen.
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
Listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura, it's not a matter of hoping we can do. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it. Alright, it's investigation time, baby. Here we go. Let's do it. Alright, I'd better check my Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. So it wasn't the head injury that killed her.
Hey.
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
So-
the only way into the rec room is the door we just came through, and that door had been jammed shut with the chair from the inside the rec room, which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
In other words,
this is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life and right before our very eyes like this?
Hey,
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime and through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or a simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from the outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, or something like that.
however,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
It's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
in other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
it's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked
In
room.
other
But
words-
by that I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
Indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seem the most likely in this case? Well, technically there would be 5 possibilities, right? Because, like, isn't she, like, a warrior? And she dishonored her family? Isn't it possible she just killed herself? And just locked herself in to prevent Hina from coming in to save her? I mean, that's a possibility too, right? I mean, it's most likely murder, but if there was no way in, we'll find out. Which of those 4 choices seems the most likely in
It's
this case?
true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial, but right now I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Okay, weird. So there's the candy wrapper. This looks like some kind of wrapper. Ah, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. Found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. Really like them that much. Yeah, but I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper. Nice. Okay. What else do we got? So we got accounts. Broken glass. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. This glass, the glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. So, there's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. Yeah, okay, so it's the Monokuma figure. So it's one of those bottles. Figure on the floor has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, so let's... Oh, there's 2 bottles missing. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. Yeah, there's 2 missing though. And inside each bottle, there is some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is how'd they get those figures inside the bottle? I'm not worried about that at all.
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe. I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle has been added to the truth bullet section. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are the evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Okay. Saw handprints. Let's see what these are. Huh? The locker's open and there are handprints inside. It's a handprint.
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all of the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then maybe the killer hid in here until the locker room was opened, don't you think? And during the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then what does the handprint mean? Locker handprint has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. What else do we got? Okay, blood splatter. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make it sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Magazine shelf blood stain. Because she didn't die from the head wound. She died from something else. That's that same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. She was bleeding from vomiting, like vomiting blood. So she was poisoned, right? Let's be real. They brought up the poison earlier in this chapter, so it's probably what happened. Okay, let's grab this. Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she also vomited blood. See, that's the thing that makes me think it's poison. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Yeah, so it's poison. Status of Sakura's body has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. Nah, not a chance. Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Did I check this already? I don't remember if I checked this. That's the same shelf full of magazines. That's all different kinds of magazines here. Okay, yeah, I did check that. Okay, now I gotta talk to everybody. We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. But let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry and that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force, even this never would have happened. Hina, it's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Aoi's account? Okay. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Yeah, let's talk to her first.
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly, they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. So yeah, it would have to be poison, as is the argument, right? There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room. How did it get on top of the glass? Didn't we just break that?
So,
It looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein, and she mentioned her more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff, so she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered across the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Okay, so it's not just a visual glitch. I was right. It just seems weird. Why does that matter? I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take a note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Well, I figured it out. Turns out I'm smarter than Makoto. Chair. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped that note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Byakuya's account has also been added. Okay, I guess all I have left is to talk to you.
hey,
She was the ultimate martial art. Oh, wait, I already talked to you. So am I done?
certainly.
Oh, wait, did I examine her body? Last boss sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the multiple blows to the head. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that. Monokuma fire. Okay, so I did already see all this. Okay, let's back out. I need to examine the crime scene as much as possible. What am I missing? Oh, this. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Okay, so Okay. Rec room door has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I'm suspicious of this.
Listen.
I think it's suicide. Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part. Either that or Monokuma just set it up to look like a murder.
So
that
then-
one of us did. Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I do have to go and talk to the others. Sakura wanted me to meet with the 2 other peoples. I need to hear what they have to say. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Oh, now you fast travel me. I press the doorbell. Ding dong! After a few seconds. Huh? Who's there? The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay. Well,
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
What do you want?
What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something? Yeah. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. What?
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Yaki already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said too? Oh, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go to see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Toko's account has been added. Nice. Yeah, Yasuhiro. I pressed the doorbell. Ding dong. And after a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How did you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But she didn't write... But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura.
got it all
No
wrong.
way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look
I
at
haven't
me.
seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey,
Sorry,
come
looks
on.
like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pocket. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pockets. Huh? Ah. Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash? Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked me to meet with her, to meet with me, but I never went. Well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash had been added to the truth bullet section. He had one of the wrappers too. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Chem lab. Aha! Okay, we got some big stuff here.
What?
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? The sax is so good though. It's true. The only problem is just it picks up so loud, so having to rebalance my microphone is quite difficult because it tells me one thing, but then when I watch the recordings, it tells me another. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I keep the background music for sure. Just tone it down a little bit so that the decibels kind of match up with all the other games on the market. Yeah, I got it. Because, I mean, this is with the background noise at the second lowest volume setting you can have it. Same with the sound effects. So the fact that I have to go that low with it is insane to me. And if I played this at full blast, I'd probably go deaf. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand. What a cuck. I hate this guy. I fucking hate Byakuya so much. Alright, so... Wait, why doesn't this show up? Oh, it only shows up... Okay, weird. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it, Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So in other
That's
words...
right, it could have only been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder has been added to the treat bullet section. Booyah, baby! Footprints! These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How did these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan, but by we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well then, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. Makoto Naegi, so how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. For me.
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business on the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be.
Certainly
Makoto, are they yours? No.
What?
Okay then, let me see your shoes, and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. Okay. Search this. Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. The bottle that we found in the rec room had an A on it too, huh? But wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it in here by accident, or could someone have put it here on accident? That doesn't sound grammatically right, but whatever. So on this shelf it looks like a bunch of chemicals that have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they are used to experiment. They're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter right now. I need to focus on the shelf. What the fuck is wrong with Byakuya? All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. Which leaves C, the poisons. On this shelf is one look at it, I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A, but what concerns me is that in Section A there was also there was a bottle with the label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Chem Lab shelf has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. What else do we got? That's it? Oh wait, what's this? There's a bunch of yellow powders scattered on the floor. It's best to not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. I think that's it. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was, left side, blah blah blah. According to Byakuya, the powder would had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell you for now. Or that's all I can tell for now. Footprints in the powder has been added. Nice. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Alright. This seems like it's a fast chapter, all things considered. Oh, nice attention to detail. I wasn't expecting them to pop out the window thing there. That's nice. I like that they did that.
Hey,
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
see.
I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
anyway.
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time. Okay. Let's start with the magazines. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey.
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word had been written in bloody letters, and it said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So-
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However,
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
What the heck?
Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Yeah, I mean, we've already been through this whole writing the killer's name in blood. It's been done 3 out of the 4 times so far. Now let's take a look at these again. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new.
hey,
That there's 2 missing, right? So did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention, and you're sure to find out. Come on, just say it. A correlation. Oh, god damn it. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
So-
I don't mind guiding you toward the clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer. I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree. Monokuma bottle has been updated to the
Hey.
bullet section. Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment.
anyway.
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces, too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then.
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken pieces. Or broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
So then.
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other
I
words-
got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done. Yeah, it's
Listen.
2 bottles, like I said. First, let's compare the weight of two of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced.
In other words-
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same, which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing could really affect the weight.
So then.
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
So then.
Okay, then let's give it a try. The broken pieces are heavier. How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other
The
words-
results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together.
Hey,
And I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you? So, wait, so what do you think? It's all on you. Why is it all on me? Why is it always all on me? Monokuma bottle experiment. Nice. And then I have to check Sakura. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's
Just a
body.
second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey.
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although, there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
it's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you...
So-
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, look here. Her shoes.
Correct.
You see that? Yellow powder on her instep. Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
The powder is a clue. Number 1. That powder is clue number 1. Okay. So, yeah, she killed herself. She went and got the chemical and put it in the thing.
Hey.
And then that would explain how she locked the door. And that would explain how this looked like a locked room mystery when nobody here specializes in that shit. So it's a suicide. We never thought of that being the case. And she's super honorable because she's a warrior, so performing seppuku in her own way makes sense. Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
It's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain.
It would
It would
seem-
appear that she didn't suffer from a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows.
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Kyoko's examination summary has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. I mean, I could have pulled it off.
Whoops! You
Oops.
caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Huh. Okay. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Okay. I'm going in this thinking that she killed herself or Monokuma killed her and made it look like she did, because this just screams suicide. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up, one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist. Oh.
The ultimate martial artist. A locked room better mystery.
What?
What the?
I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes,
For example, you have AIDS, Swinky. You're at a picnic and you find a dead body.
This is just plain creepy.
Well,
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
yes,
For
indeed.
example, do you have 100 friends?
He's right, that does make it seem sad.
I can't wait.
Now then,
I can't
please
wait.
get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there.
Kirby dance. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean.
I didn't murder anyone. Hero, come on. Come on, Hero. God damn it. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? Well, I mean, she actually is a murderer. Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough, because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer. The one that murdered Sakura? She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her? And that person is here. That person is one of us. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator, but with each step I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close and felt it begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always... Ah, my microwave's done. The ride was over. The door opened once again.